Good morning, Sam from the VXR Collection. So today, had a bit of a break from shows. We've got a few, well, next weekend's on next one. Did Bedford Kite Festival, which I hope to catch, but got a few things to do before then. So we've got Dad's Black Auto Estate with us. We're going to change the headlining ribbon. This is headlining ribbon number 3. The original one got damaged due to a really badly rotten aerial base seal. The second one we put in, we managed to source from a breaker. However, it turned out to be, it was the wrong spec, so it didn't have the part of the ribbon for the Bluetooth microphone, and there's a few other bits that it just didn't seem to like. And then unfortunately, when we were actually reassembling the plastic trims in the boot, which I'll show you later on in the video, as I put the plastic clip back on, it unfortunately went through the ribbon and then absolutely knackered it. So that one is still in the car, which has sort of been tried to be repaired a few times, but nothing's worked. So I've now got the third headlining ribbon, which we got from a really high spec elite Signum, which I then had a close friend who works on quite delicate electric circuit boards, so he's cut in the relevant places and extended them. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein's monster when it comes to how it looks, but we've checked it out and there's continuity across the whole thing. So yeah, there's a bit of stripping to do, which I'll hopefully catch for you guys. To say, I've pulled this one apart quite a few times now, so I'm going to try and do it the quick way. However, there is people that have done them more long-winded, and I suppose the correct way of doing it, but the sun visor clips on these, that for those who know what they're like, know they're a bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to try and see if I can do it the easy way first, but failing that I'll have to take the sun visor clips down and then try and fight them back in. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long, but we never know. Joys of being a VXR owner, eh? It's always something that tries to catch you off guard. But yeah, as you can see, we're at the new Husky house. This is probably the proper first video that you may see of where we are. But yeah, we'll get into it. So, move the cars around a bit. So we start in the boot. Got to take various trim pieces off first. Then we work our way slowly down the near side of the car. We're taking out seatbelt anchorage points and trims and stuff until we end up at the front. So fingers crossed it goes smooth. So yeah, we'll try and capture as much as we can for you. Coffee before I start. apologies I'm not on camera, I'm quite limited on room, but just a heads up for any of you guys that are looking to take the interior lights out to do LED bulb upgrades or stuff like that. Now these in the estate on the hatchback, they're just as brittle as well. The ribbon themselves comes across the headlining, and then it's taped, so it's tight onto the light unit itself. So when you take this light unit out, just be careful not to yank on it, because what they tend to do is where the ribbon goes into the male section of the plug, it will break off at that point, and then you're knackered. So unless you're really keen with a soldering iron, it is replacement headlining ribbon for you. So yeah, just something to bear in mind when you do these. So as you can see, you might be able to see it, if you unrelease this metal bracket, there is a little pinch point on the light fitting itself. So if you've got a pick or a really small flat bladed screwdriver, just push that in there and it will release it. I just need to go grab one. So I'm just going to try and leave this hanging. Obviously mine is very loose from where the fact that we've just plonked this headliner ribbon in here to try and get it working, so it's not usually as lenient and as forgiving as this one is. So there we have it, one very knackered, what turned out to be a low spec SRI headlining ribbon. So we've had to, as you can see by the amount of masking tape on it, we've butchered it multiple times to try and get it working, but unfortunately no success. So you can see in the relevant taped sections here, it's where the clips went through it and then killed it. So unless I might keep the heads to the connection blocks, because it might be handy if we ever experience something like it again, but effectively this is knackered. So from one dodgy looking ribbon to another, but however this one is a little bit more colourful. See how we get on. Right, you're back with us. Apologies, there's a bit of a break in the video, as you can probably tell by the weather. So I did a temporary plug-in, and it still didn't work, which is really bloody annoying. So the alarm worked, but then I didn't have any power to the interior lights. So a bit of a weird one. So I plugged the old loom in, which I know didn't work, to see if I can track down which wire did which. Everything checks out, and I thought, right, well, it's got to be something stupid, because I've plugged in Opcom and it's sending a signal for the lights to fade in and out as of when you open the door, close the door, lock it, unlock it. So it's sending the signal, so it just simply wasn't getting to the light units. So it made me think that it's got to be something daft. So sure enough, I've pulled every single fuse possible that's related to the headlining ribbon. All of them were fine, but my last thing to check was one of the fuses in the front, in the fuse box next to the glove box, and weirdly it had popped the rear heated seat fuse, which is a 10 amp. So I've changed that for a slightly higher one, just to check the continuity on the loom, and everything's come to life. So weird that a rear heated seat wire or feed would have control over the interior lights. A bit weird, but anyway, it's working. So now I'm going to reinstall the ribbon, and then hopefully put it back together. So here we go. we are almost there. So what we're going to do now is going to run it through Opcom, see what fault code we've got, try and clear them down, but interior lights are working, the alarm sounder is, power sound is working, which is good news. Rear boot lights are now working as well, they weren't working before, so it's all looking good so far. Okay, so all good news, all the fault codes are cleared on Opcom, got literally nothing showing at all now. Everything's working as it should, the interior lights come on as they should, so as you would expect. So yeah, really happy. It's been the best part of a year since this thing's had interior lights, or an alarm for that matter, because it kept on coming up with safeguard or whatever the message was on the screen of the CD70. So yeah, really pleased. It's now back to how it was when it came out the factory, effectively. So yeah, I'm sure Dad will be over the moon. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it's been a bit thrown together, but it's joys of VXR ownership, just trying to sort things out on a spare at the moment. So we've been trying to source one of these ribbons for a long while. So in the end, we had to make one, sort of, like I said, Frankenstein's monster from a Signum loom. But everything looks to work, including Bluetooth. So win-win. So thanks for watching, and join us again next time. Bye for now.